Hello and greetings to you on this interesting day here in Israel, where I am in the middle of a war zone with explosions and rockets and drones and artillery firing and bombing and exploding around me. And it's a miracle that my wife and I are still here, to be honest with you. Although it's been relatively quiet, you never know when the sirens are going to sound and blare their emergency warning to take precautions, protect yourself. We just wait and see what happens. If we're here, we're here, and if we're not, we're not. So here I am this day, which is the 27th of October, 2024, live and kicking, miracle. And I wish to share something personal and I think important for those people who can relate to what I'm about to say. This is vlog number 4, and the title is Hello, Darkness, My Old Friend. Dot, dot, dot. Well, hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Yes, the opening lyrics of that famous song by Simon and Garfunkel, The Sound of Silence, made to the music of El Conda, El Condo Pasa, El Condo Pasa, the passing of the condor, which I believe originated the music, the song, the words in Spanish originated from Peru. Indeed, today I am able to talk about it, but 3 days ago I entered a process where I was saying hello to my old friend, the darkness of the recesses and shadows of my inner self, in my ongoing attempt to heal myself of my remaining limitations in order to develop more of my innate human potential, so that the intention is I can see more than the 2, 3, 4% of whatever we humans are seeing, to use more than my 5% of my mental potential, to use more of my overall human potential and consciousness. This, in fact, has been my life intention for as long as I can remember, because it's my intention to exit this life as a human being, or at least here on planet Earth in this third dimension, third dimensional reality, a better human being than when I arrived. And the reason I wish to make this video is to help those people who are having similar experiences but have no idea what's going on. And normally these vlogs, I just want to make them for 10, 15 minutes. And the vlogs are a record of my ongoing life experiences. And this is a life experience, and it's going to be a bit more than 15 minutes because I have a lot to say. So about 3 days ago, I started to feel really unwell, poorly. And I started to feel depressed. And I had aches and pains in my body more than usual. And I was lacking energy. And I did all sorts of things to help myself. And it wasn't on the second day that I remembered that I have oregano oil because I was developing stomach ache and digestive issues again. So I took the oregano oil and immediately I felt some relief. Oregano oil is very, very helpful for stomach upsets and as a natural antibiotic, certainly as far as I'm concerned. And then as I sat wondering what was going on with me, I realized that I was experiencing yet another dark night of the soul. And here I'd like to show you the background virtual image, and I'm going to lean over so you can see. I think it depicts how I felt. You have this human being who looks like as if he's in torment, and I was in torment. And the interesting thing about the dark night of the soul, which is really the basis of my message to you today, is that this is a natural process, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, whether you want to experience it or not, and whether you understand it or not, it doesn't matter. The natural process of healing, of shedding those limitations deep within us that inhibit our ability to see more of the light spectrum, to use more of our mental potential, more of our brains, more of our bodies, more of our natural potential as human beings, and more of that consciousness, which is all of which is there in place, ready for us to utilize. But we are unable to do so because of all the hurdles, the obstacles that prevent us from actually doing so, accessing them. Very, very similar to the sun shining its bright light, which is obscured by the clouds. The sun is there. It's shining its light. It's healing. It's warm. But we are unable to see it or feel its benefits because of the clouds. As soon as the divine wind of providence, of healing, blows the clouds away, we're able to enjoy the benefits of the sun. Similarly, when the winds of providence and divine light help remove the clouds that obstruct our ability to connect with all that which is already in place for our benefit, we have this experience called the dark night of the soul. And sometimes it's a few hours and sometimes it's a few days. With me, it seems to be very intense. And it was 2 full days of suffering, whereby I felt helpless, I felt hopeless, I was depressed. And the lesson, because the dark night of the soul is here to teach us something, the lesson, I am very pleased to say, I recognize. And the lesson was to surrender, to flow, to stop my incessant resistance, of which I was unaware. Now, I thought I had dealt with this before in previous dark nights of the soul, and I have, but it's like chipping away at something that's been with me for eons of time. And when I had a healing, I thought, oh, good, I'm free of that. And yet I was free of part of it yet to deal with another part as and when it became appropriate and when I was in a good space to be able to do that. So the lesson for me was to surrender. And I realized that as much as I'm learning to surrender and trust my soul, I've been doing this for so many years, learning this and practicing this, that I became unaware that there was still part of me that did not surrender so freely and did not flow. And I was resisting the flow. I was living in tomorrow, not in the now moment. I was planning. I was dreaming, which is all right. But my problem was I became attached to the outcome of my dreams and desires. And this dark night of the soul said, not such a good idea. Dream, think, envision, and then let it go. If it is in my divine plan, it will come to pass in its own time, whereby creation, the quantum unified field of all that is, otherwise known as God, will take care of the details, not me. How can I take care of the details? I don't have enough vision. I don't see enough of the big picture. I don't have enough awareness, enough knowledge, enough consciousness. I'm not using sufficient of my human potential to be able to do that. But I have the ability to make choices and have the intention to do that. And then allow creation to take care of the details. Now, there may be some of you who have no idea what I've just said. Please ignore this, move on to another video, or just forget it, because this is not something that is pertinent or appropriate for you at this time, maybe down the road a little bit. But for those of you who do resonate with everything that I've said, this can be very helpful to you, to remind you that there is a natural process going on which has its own natural predilection to help you heal, whether you're aware of it or not, whether you're facilitating it or not. It provides you with the structure, with the ability, the process. And if you allow it, if you learn the lesson, whatever it may be, then you are actually facilitating that process and you are accelerating your ability to learn whatever it is that you are to learn from this experience. Fortunately, I was aware enough to realize what was going on, certainly after one day, because it creeps up on you, on me. And it got me by surprise. And it is so important to remain humble, because I feel that for the first day I was not aware of this, because I know I've taken care of this. I've dealt with, and I was not sufficiently humble. And I had to get another kick in the pants by creation. So the lesson is to pay attention and to be humble and to know that we are forever in this process of learning, growing, and developing more and more of our potential. So this was my experience. And the reason I want to share it is because I think it does help some of you who are also interested in developing more of your greater potential, like I am. And it is you, people like you and me, who may then be able to make a better contribution to human society in some way. And What could be a more opportune, appropriate, and better moment than right now, because we are in the shits on this planet. We are in a process of cleansing and healing. It is like a huge dark night of the soul for humanity. We're experiencing the fever of the illness, and the fever is going to break and we will get better, or it will kill us. And it may help heal some people and it may kill other people. We don't really know. It all depends on the people, on you and me, how we deal with it. And that's why I'm making these videos. Thank you very much for watching. And I applaud you if you are doing what you can to help heal yourself, improve yourself, empower yourself, master yourself by developing more of your innate human potential, which is immense and vast, beyond your imagination, and to develop the ability to access more of your consciousness, cosmic consciousness, divine consciousness, all of which will help increase your inner light quotient so that you may shine your light, even without saying or doing very much. Shine your light. And as we bring more light into this realm, we are helping the darkness to recede. Bring more light. Be an emissary of light. Thank you for joining me on this road that is becoming more and more important. Until next time.